would he be doing?
Don't think about it too much.
I think Dan would be involved in something with the music industry because he's always, we're always talking about 70s and 80s artists and you know, singing along to old songs. So that's my thought. Music industry.
Genealogy stuff, 150%. Obviously, this is his passion and his focus outside of his partner. But he would definitely be doing genealogy. He does it now, but it would be his full-time thing. I think he would love it more than anything else.
If Dan were not doing what he was doing now, what would he be doing?
Probably some type of computer research for another company. Same thing. I know. But he would be.
Could you be a little bit more creative, Sid?
Oh, that's tough. I can't see him doing anything else. Something creative. Computer related, creative.
What would he be doing?
A house sitter.
Care to elaborate?
Well, because he always stays home. Yeah. He always stays home.
So, what would he be doing? What would Dan be doing if he weren't doing
He
this?
would be a parking lot attendant, I think. I really see him working down by the stadium, like during a Braves game, would be awesome for him. You know, he could have a cooler and, you know, the stool right next to it. And for all his Cokes and sodas and bottled waters and, you know, take money. Be a nice job.
We're not doing what he's doing today, professional or whatever, what would he be doing?
Well, if Dan wasn't doing the phone AT&T thing that I'm not even sure I know what that is that he does, but I would say that he'd be one of those toy collector guy. Like, he'd be sitting in a room telling everybody how awesome these toys are from the 60s and 70s, and everybody'd be like, no, that's not as awesome as you think it is. But he'd be charging triple whatever they were worth. That's what he'd be doing.
If Dan were not doing what he's doing right now, what would he be doing?
He'd probably be a home renovator because he enjoys that. Art, a historian because he really enjoys that as well.
Oh, I would say that. No. I'm sorry.
His profession. Yeah. What would he be doing?
He would probably be organizing those Star Wars conventions with all the geeks. Yeah, that would be it. Yeah.
Dragon Con.
Dragon Con, yeah, those kind of things. That would be it.
Okay.
That would be Dan.
If Dan were not doing his current profession, what would he be doing?
He's still staying in the house all the time because he has agoraphobia, I guess. I don't know. I don't even really know what he does. Darren complains about it all the time. That's all I know.
What would he be doing?
Dan would be building his own website called househistory.com. And he would build it. It would be just like Ancestry.com, but it would be all about houses. Dan would be like a millionaire because it'd be the next best thing. It'd be on Facebook, it'd be an iPad app, it'd be every kind of app. And that's what I see Dan doing. And I really think he can do it because we've actually talked about this. And
it's a ball in a cup.
I really think Dan could do it.
Well, I think that Dan would be Barlow Thomas on That Girl. She would be, her boyfriend would be Don Hollinger, and she'd be very happy.
Dan would be a historian because he loves to do the research and find out all the things about old houses, who the people who lived there, how it was back then for them, and he likes to do the whole history of it. So he'd be a historian.
Anything to that?
I really don't know Dan that well, so I couldn't tell you. I don't even know what he does for a living now.
Which is not a prerequisite for answering this question.
He manages a call center.
Okay, well, if he wasn't managing a call center, I think he'd be on vacation 24/7.
Totally ad lib. You don't even have to know him. So what would Dan be doing if you weren't doing what he is doing now?
I actually think he would be a Rockette. He's a little short for a Rockette, but I think he has good legs. He showed me in the bathroom, so I think he definitely would be a Rockette.
It's all about the legs. Focus is off.
Don't look at me.
If Dan was not in his current profession, what would he be doing?
Oh, he would be a hooker on Ponce. Not the good part of Ponce either. It'd be the lower one, like west of the Claremont. But if he got too close to the Claremont, he'd have some competition. So he'd have to stick closer to Peachtree, maybe even Spring Street or Marietta is what I'm thinking.
If Dan were not in his current profession, which doesn't matter if you know that or not, what would he be doing?
Oh, don't report yet.
If Dan weren't doing what he was doing now, what would he be doing?
If he weren't doing what he's doing now?
They killed the people.
And then, like the weekend after that, they
that's
had
a
these
good one for Dan.
scheduled to go
I
out
think
of
Dan
town,
would
and I'm
be-
sitting here in the murder house.
You probably didn't care because you probably shoot.
God, I have
You've
no
been in the
idea.
fucking military. You probably
Pretty much he works and he comes home. That's what I know of Dan.
I don't mind shooting.
I have no idea. I really do. I have no idea.
No. Give me a second.
No wrong answers. There are no wrong answers.
Really? Okay, what would Dan be doing if he wasn't doing what he's doing now? I'm going to say that Dan would be some sort of historian because he has such a passion for not only his own personal ancestry, but just a passion for history in general. He's so knowledgeable, and I'm always shocked, not that he's not brilliant, but that he knows everything about this entire neighborhood, and he knows everything about any other like historical family and he's been trying to get me to read this book by Stephen King that I still haven't read yet. Sorry, Dan. Just all about like time travel, and I think he would be a time traveler. If he could do anything, he would travel in time.
If Dan were not in his present profession, what would he be doing?
Wearing sweats.
In his current profession, what would he be doing?
Oh wow. I would say that he would be really good with working with kids.
Again.
He could be a teacher or he loves the toys, so a teacher or in some capacity with children.
I agree with the hooker on Ponce. That is the right thing. And again, the bad end of Ponce, not the good end of Ponce, because they would run him off the good end of Ponce because he's not clean enough to do that.
What would he be doing?
Oh, he would be sleeping. He would be sleeping and relaxing without question. Laid out, with house slippers on, which is actually what I think he does anyway.